You are now listening to a 302 Birds podcast experience, proudly powered by Tick Pick, Cutbet, El Diablo Burritos, Nick's Pizza, and Klondike Kate's on the heart of Maine.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Clearwater, Florida. Well, the general area, I'll say, but live from Clearwater, Florida tonight. I am joined by a very special guest, a familiar guest who's going to be joining us for the whole show tonight. Your boy, repping that beautiful St. Joe's shirt, KJ McCoy. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Pretty good, man. It's nice and beautiful down here in Plant City, Florida, man. Love it down here. It's a great time.
It's great down here. KJ's joining me for a spring training road trip. We got a new vlog coming out for you guys, along with Ashley and Connor will be joining us tomorrow for the Phillies-Red Sox game. Got a jam-packed show for you guys, though. There's a lot going on right now in the Philly sports world. A ton going on in free agency. Howie has been busy, to say the least. No call-ins for you guys. But just a little general introduction. I mean, really quick, we got our two other awesome hosts with us tonight, Decker Locks and Jack Jordan. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing phenomenal. I'm excited for
great.
these off-season pickups we have for the Eagles for sure.
Yep. KJ wearing the St. Joe's shirt. They got a big win today, college hoops. So
Against George Mason. Oh yeah. They almost
And the March
we go, but I mean they got it done though. They got it. A win's a win, so you just gotta get it done against Richmond tomorrow. So
gotta love March Madness. Do or die.
Yeah, unfortunately we can't bet down here because Florida it's not legal. So
yeah, I wanted to get some stake on the game tomorrow, Jack. You know me, I need some action. So when we're at the game tomorrow, I wanted to have a little bit of a stake in the game, but it is what it is. I mean, we're really excited to be here. But before we get into all of our Phillies talk and Eagles talk, because we have a ton of that for you guys tonight, we're going to do a little bit of a Flyers breakdown, just briefly, quickly. We also don't have the usual lower thirds for the show tonight. I know those on Spotify really don't give a shit about what I just said, but everybody else might. But a lot going on in the world of the Flyers right now. I mean, they're trying to make a playoff push last minute here, it seems like. What are your thoughts on this, fellas?
Yeah, I mean, like I said last couple episodes, I mean, this is something that you should take home. In Philly, like, be a team that you're not expecting a lot and good things will come. I mean, these Fly guys are, playing great hockey. And I'm excited to, see what they can do because they're playing phenomenal. And, we weren't expecting this as a fan base to see these Fly guys, only 4 points or they have a 4-point advantage over the Islanders. So, which is huge for us. So I'm excited to see what these Fly guys can do. Kind of more excited about this than baseball right now.
I think as of right now, we'd be a wild card team. So every win really matters now in points at the end of the season. Tortorella got fired up. He actually got suspended 2 games. So hopefully that lights a spark under this team. And they get hot.
I mean, Tortorella is a fucking dog. I mean, that man pretty much told the ref to fuck off. Like, nope, you're not kicking me out. I'm not leaving. Like, Tortorella is a dog with the broken hand and all. So we need the kind of fire to put it under the players' asses. And I think by that happening and him showing, how much passion he has for this team, really, should be able to bring them together while he's, absent.
KJ, how are you feeling about the whole Flyers playoff push? Do you have any thoughts on it?
Yeah, well, I keep on hearing that the Islanders are itching up to us. I mean, they're a couple games behind us. So yeah, I mean, it seems like Torts, as Decker was just saying, Torts got fired up and he got suspended for 2 games. So yeah, I mean, that was a letdown for the Flyers. But yeah, they really I think they got the Maple Leafs tonight or tomorrow night. I think it's tonight. But they got the Maple Leafs, so they got to get the job done. I think it's at home as well. So, yeah, it's coming up soon. The playoffs, it is go time for the Flyers, and they got to get it done, and they got to stamp their ticket into the playoffs because I have missed the I guess you could say the orange playoff atmosphere in Philly. I mean, we haven't had that in a long time, and I don't really count the year of 2020 because we weren't as fans allowed to really even see it in person. So for me, that doesn't really count exactly. So yeah, that's what I think about the Flyers right now. So go Fly, guys. Yeah, the orange and the black.
I think it's exciting too, like KJ said, to have kind of that other team be able to actually contribute to your fandom. That other team be able to be exciting to watch. That other team be able to sell tickets. And the Flyers, it's been like a whole fucking 15 years of them not being able to do that. But that's pretty much all we need to say about the Flyers. We don't really need to say much more because, like I said, I mean, it's been an absolutely exciting, ecstatic week. Before we move on, though, I do want to take a second to thank our sponsor. Even though we have no call-in tonight, I always like to give them a second of honoring and a thank you to El Diablo Burritos for all that they do to help us out.
What do I want when I'm in the state of Delaware? Of course, El Diablo Burritos. Customer service always is serving your food with a smile on their face, asking how your day is. But their food is phenomenal as well. Their burritos are out of this world, one of the best burritos in town. Their queso is phenomenal. Their burrito bowls are amazing as well. When you're in and around Delaware, stop by your local El Diablo Burritos and tell them that 302 Birds sent you. God bless, go Birds. Like I said, thank you, El Diablo. Like, if you're in and around Delaware, stop by your local El Diablo Burritos. Thank you, El Diablo, for that sponsorship.
So some spring break showcase. Are they set to debut some new uniforms this weekend, I think, if I'm not mistaken? Or I guess the new Fanatics uniforms, the ones that people are not liking. KJ and I were actually talking about that today. If you guys didn't know, KJ is going to be starting his own jersey company, McCoy Jerseys. Because the Fanatics jerseys have been so bad and such a letdown, yes, KJ wants to open up his own jersey company. So overall, I mean, what has been your guys' take on the Fanatics jerseys as a whole? And then KJ and I will take it after you guys. You guys both go ahead and take it first.
It just makes me think about Michael Rubin, and I hate that dude. He's Sixers ownership for years has been, there's been so much stuff that has gone wrong in that organization, and this is Michael Rubin at the end of the day and Fanatics, so you can't trust anything with the Sixers. I mean, for God's sakes, these players' privates are showing, so.
They're going to have freaking wet t-shirt contests and stuff out there. Look out.
I mean, I don't really know much about this, so you guys take it.
KJ, what's your thoughts on all of it? Are they debuting a new jersey on Saturday? What's the whole thought of this?
So they already debuted the jerseys. They already did, and they already showed how horrible they are. The font on the back of the jerseys is obviously smaller. It's I guess you could say it's more, what is it like? I guess it's rounder than it was. It was curved. Now it's curved, which looks horrible. The numbers are smaller in general. What I heard, Fanatics literally has been told, I mean, there's literally a bunch of like facts out there that they literally are just making cheap products and selling them for way more than they're actually worth. So it's a whole scam artist kind of scheme they're doing. As Decker said, Michael Rubin's a scum. He's a bum. I mean, actually, he really isn't. But like, the thing is, like, a lot of us sports fans, though, we don't like him because they charge way too much for these Fanatics jerseys, and we get them, and they're spelled wrong, or they're freaking the material sucks. It's freaking ripped or whatever. It's just like there's always a problem with something I get from Fanatics. So, I mean, I've only ordered one thing from Fanatics, and I had a problem with it. So, and I know some people who order stuff from Fanatics, and they always say how there's something wrong. There's something that happened to them when they got it. So, yeah, Fanatics is corrupted, and I feel bad for the MLB and the NHL that they have to deal with them in general. So, that's what I think.
Fuck Fanatics. Heard it here first. Sorry. Not sorry. Anyway, moving along now to our next topic. So we're in Clearwater. We're going to be at the game tomorrow, as we mentioned, for the Phillies Red Sox 1:00 game. KJ, why don't we mix it up now? You go ahead and take this one first, my man. What are you most looking forward to seeing the Philadelphia Phillies do or play in spring trading right now in Clearwater?
Yeah, so I'm excited to see the Phils tomorrow. It's gonna be great. I mean, I've never been to a Clearwater game. Always wanted to go, and I mean, obviously, I got the blessing of going. So it's gonna be great. I think it's going to be. I mean, obviously, the Phils. I think they had a tough game today, but I mean, they can probably get it done tomorrow. Red Sox, they're a team that had a mediocre season last season. I don't think they made the playoffs or the postseason. So they're trying to bounce back. They're trying to get back to their old status. But yeah, I would love to see. I think we have, if I'm not mistaken, is Wheeler pitching tomorrow. I could be wrong. Anybody know if Wheeler's pitching tomorrow?
I'm not
I
sure.
feel like I saw that.
I think
Hopefully.
he's pitching tomorrow. So I love seeing Wheeler pitch. I honestly think he's the best ace we have. So yeah, I'm excited to see what he's got and if he can keep his command out there and help the Phillies get the dub for us. I mean, it would be kind of a little bit of a defeat, I guess you could say, if we get to see a loss. But I mean, you know, it's kind of like the same thing as like us going to go see the Eagles in preseason. I mean, that's literally what this is. It's like preseason for the Phils. So I won't take it too hard if we lose.
I'm gonna fucking take it hard if we lose. If we came fucking over 1,500 miles or whatever the fuck all the way down here to see the Phillies fucking lose, KJ, you best believe I'm gonna take it personally. No, I'm kidding. KJ's right. It's spring training. It's not that serious. But I think to be down here in this vibe, be able to potentially see some starters get out there, play, get some time back. It's going to be good vibes. You guys know me. I'm the Eagles guy. I don't know too much about the Phillies, but I do know a lot about coming down to the good sun and a good road trip. And that's been the one highlight of this trip so far too, is KJ and I have been having a fantastic time on the road trip. I want to thank him for coming along because we've been having a blast. We've been seeing alligators and freaking beavers at Buc-ee's. I got to see my first ever Buc-ee's. So the road trip has been amazing, and seeing the South has been amazing. But the icing on the cake for this trip needs to be the Philadelphia Phillies to get a dub tomorrow. I'm really excited to see what the Phillies fan base population looks like in the South, and I've heard it's legit.
Oh, it's great. And
Yeah.
going to your point real quick. Sorry, Wawa, but Buc-ee's it's elite. It's the greatest gas station I've ever been in.
No, get out of here. Get out of here, brother.
Dol, what are your thoughts on that, man? That
Buc-ee's was
is
really
different.
good, dude. Buc-ee's was like, dude, you know me. I've really never left the mid-Atlantic area my whole life. I don't like to leave it. Buc-ee's was fucking legit.
And when's the last
They had brisket sandwiches and tacos.
Yes.
And they also yell.
Yeah, and they yell at you when you come in like Moe's. What did they say?
They said, welcome in, or like, welcome to Buc-ee's.
Welcome to Buc-ee's.
No, but tell them about the brisket on the board then. They sing the brisket.
Oh, yeah, they sing brisket on the board and shit. Yeah, he was freaking, as you can imagine.
Sorry, the voice.
No.
That was really bad.
Jack's smiling
can't-
because he misses you. Look at his face. See, he misses hanging out with KJ.
You can't take the Wawa out of this young gentleman right here, because Wawa is elite. I don't care about Buc-ee's. Wawa has always been a part of my life since I was a kid, and I would choose Wawa over anything. So, you know, I don't agree with you, Decker, at all. You're just a fake
All
fan.
right, fine.
Um,
We can just agree. Fuck Sheets. So
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, fuck
I
shit.
agree.
Hey, fuck you guys, because Sheets actually has good fried food, in my opinion. But
dude, shit sucks. Shits, dude. I thought the Wawa burgers were pretty bad. No, shits burgers are horrible. Yeah, freaking shits. That's what I call it.
KJ calls
it
because it makes him shit.
It does make me shit. That place sucks.
What do you guys like better, Wawa or Sheets? Let us know in the
The
comments.
milkshakes are horrible. They're horrific. I mean, they taste like straight up milk. If I just wanted to go get a vanilla milk, then I'll go to freaking
They don't sell vanilla milk,
milk.
dumbass. They don't sell
What's up?
vanilla milk, dumbass. You're an idiot. They don't sell vanilla milk.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. Anyway,
I think it's
Nesquik.
It's
No.
normal milk.
No. Nesquik does. Nesquik sells vanilla milk. Swear to God, they do.
I think he thought you meant you were talking about Wawa.
No.
anyway, I hope you guys enjoy your days tomorrow. Hopefully the Phillies will take a dub. I mean, granted, it's spring training, so it doesn't really matter. But I hope you guys have a lot of fun, and you know, I'm excited to see what the vlog's gonna turn out to be. So, moving on. If you guys have anything else.
No, I don't have anything else to say. I'm not going to say.
Well, we'll be diving for some home run balls, hopefully.
KJ's going to be diving for some autographs too. We've heard.
Yeah, I got my Sharpies ready to go.
Well, I hope you guys return home safely, just like CJ GJ has. And
yeah,
like you guys have seen, he came at the Eagles last year when he wasn't on the team, but he yesterday went to social media and apologized to the Philly fan base, saying he apologized for everything he said. We had some good memories, so I respect that. He didn't have to do that, but having him come back to Philly is something great. And this is a position that, he took us to the Super Bowl. I mean, he's a great player. He went to the NFC Championship with the Lions last year. So I think this is a key piece to our defense that we needed. And with having Vic Fangio as our defense coordinator, I think this is a great fit. I'm really excited to see what he can do for the Eagles, because I was actually surprised that we re-signed him, but I'm glad we did. I mean, 3-year deal up to $33 million. Like, that's a huge deal. And hopefully we can go back to the promised land, next couple of years. So that's all I got to say. I'm glad he's home.
Yeah, there was a report too that the Eagles were right in it for Xavier McKinney, but I guess the Packers outbid us last second. So I mean, CJGJ's definitely huge consolation prize, and at the end of the day, we really needed a safety. So, and he's a fan favorite. He brings that energy. I'm thrilled to see him in that Kelly green next season, especially with matching his hair too. Man, I can't wait. And I think Eagles were out on Justin Simmons. He would have been great, but I think his price tag's a little too expensive.
I'll say this. The CJGJ signing is growing on me. You guys can ask KJ. When it first happened, I was not about it. I was pissed. I did not like that he talked shit. I didn't like that how he brought him back. But you know what? He has handled this whole thing like a gentleman and a scholar, in my opinion. He has really done all the right things that you would want to see out of this guy to come back. He went out, he apologized, he said, "I'm sorry." And in my opinion, all is forgiven then. Let's go win a ring. So I like that he did that. I like that he made it a point to apologize to us, because when he was streaming on his Twitch and somebody asked him the question, what people do you hate the most in the world? Or it was some kind of question like that.
Yeah.
What do you hate the most about Philadelphians? And he just said the people were rude as fuck. We ain't going to forget that, buddy. Like, that's not just something that we forget. So I like that he addressed it, because that's a Philly thing to do when you come back. I just hope that green hair dye has been laying around too, like you guys are saying with the Kelly green, because I didn't even think about CJGJ in the Kelly green. That is going to go so hard. How do you guys feel about the 3-year deal with him? That's a little bit of a commitment.
Yeah, but again, he's not that old of a player, and he's what, 28? How old is he?
I think he might even be younger than that, bro.
27, around there, I think.
How old is CJGJ Johnson?
Fuck you. I'm not telling you, Jack. Oh my God,
Okay.
Siri,
Anyway.
what the fuck?
Anyway, he's a young player. I think 3 years will get the most out of him. I think these next 3 years are the pivotal years for this Philadelphia Eagles team. We still got, DeVante Smith. We boosted our offensive line. So I think 3 years, can be a commitment. But at the same time, I think it's definitely worth it. And I think I'm all on board for it, for sure. I think $33 million is a crazy amount, but it's definitely worth all that money for CJGJ.
Yeah. I don't know. How do you feel, Decker?
Yeah, like I said, I'm really excited to get him back. There were a lot of safeties in this free agent class. He probably wasn't number one on the list for me, but I mean, for the price, I feel like it's a pretty good deal. And he got along great with the teammates. So I saw like Slay was already like welcoming him back on Twitter and everything. So I'm really excited, and he brings good vibes here.
He's 26. So 29, I think is the perfect year, like age to get out of Philly. So I like it. Anyway,
Hassan Reddick to the LA Rams for pick 19. Shout out to Empire Sports Media. If you guys aren't, go give them a subscription. Our boy JJ Seglio, the Don, running things over there. I would say, this is actually a very interesting trade proposal. I actually got to give JJ some credit. Can we bring that comment back up? Sorry.
which one? This one?
Yep, this one. Hassan Reddick for a pick 19, just a straight up pick swap, 1-for-1. Would you do that? So you can pick any elite edge rusher there, any cornerback, Kool-Aid McKinstry on the board. No, Jack? Why no?
I just think he's such a pivotal player for this defense, and he's definitely a great player to have on the field. I mean, he has done great stuff. Granted, last season didn't do that much, but I think him being in Philly, I wouldn't change. He's still an elite player, and who knows? These rookies coming in the season, they may not be as equipped with joining the NFL. So I really think that we should just keep him. I wouldn't change. I wouldn't trade him to pick 19. So I don't know if is that accurate or is that what he's potentially saying?
He's just throwing shit out there, shit to see if it sticks.
But yeah,
I saw something that I think his proposed or expected value was like a second and a fifth, and I wouldn't be excited with that for the return. And at the end of the day, I think Josh Sweat, we'd rather move off of Josh Sweat, and he was already saying I'm gonna miss this place. So if it came down to Sweat and Reddick, I think the Eagles would choose Hassan Reddick, the Philly boy.
Oh, Chuck coming in the chat, laying it on, saying that he's better than JJ. I think for us, in my opinion, you guys hit the nail on the head. It would be a mistake for Philadelphia to go ahead and trade Hassan Reddick. You have all these pieces right now. Don't get rid of them. When KJ and I were playing a little bit of Madden today, and I looked at the Eagles, and I was like, holy shit. You add Huff into the mix with these edge rushers, and you have technically Brandon Graham still around. He's an end, but you have him who's an end rusher. You have Huff in the mix. You have Reddick. Technically, for edge rushers, they still technically have Leonard. Darius Leonard, I guess is his real name. The Maniac from the Colts. So we'll see if he stays around. But they have a lot of depth right now. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go next with it and who they try to bring in. Huff, that signing really signed me in a positive way. KJ, real quick, how would you feel about the Hassan Reddick? Would you trade him for a pick 19?
I don't know. I mean, it's great value. I just don't see it actually happening. I think, as Decker said, I think he is a guy you trade for maybe a second round or a fifth round. Do I want to see him leave? No, not really. I think, as Jack said before, he brings a lot of intensity to this team. I mean, he led the team in sacks. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but he was a menace for sure. And I mean, he really helps this defense out. But I really feel like in Vic Fangio's kind of defense, he doesn't really try and rush too much. So I don't know if Hassan Reddick is really going to really pan out in Vic Fangio's kind of defense. So that's where I'm kind of are they going to ship him out? Are they going to trade him? Are they okay with moving on from him? They might be. I mean, maybe Vic Fangio is not going to really utilize him. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see which guy leaves, either Sweat or Hassan Reddick. It should be pretty interesting for sure.
Now, moving along, too, with that being said and who would move along, on paper right now, at least in my opinion, would you guys say that this is the best team in the league? Go ahead and take it first, KJ.
Saquon. Saquon's an eagle. He's an eagle. He's an eagle. Yes, this team. Oh my gosh, this looks like a freaking fantasy team that I make I make some crazy trade in Madden. You do the franchise mode, those days, and you do this pick where you trade away a first round, you trade away a third round, and you trade away maybe like let's say like maybe a Reed Blankenship. I'm sorry, Reed Blankenship, but yeah, somebody like that, and you get Saquon Barkley somehow. I mean, maybe it's with those things that are turned off, where like the trade value is turned off, so then you can get the trade and you'll get him. But it's crazy to think that Saquon Barkley is a Philadelphia Eagle. It's mind-boggling for me. I mean, I just never thought I would ever say that, but he's a Philadelphia Eagle. And Tiki Barber, you can shut your mouth, because I know a bunch of Giants fans that already hate your ass anyway, because you decided to be before you guys were a Super Bowl team in 2007, you decided to go on TV and go to Good Morning America and whatever and all that crap. So a lot of Giants fans aren't backing you up, bud. So you better shut your mouth and go to the Tiki Bar. All right, bud? So that's my thoughts, but I'm pumped for Saquon. Let's go.
It's going to take a while to get used to seeing too, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But as far as the best team in the league goes, fuck yeah. I looked at Madden today. Jack's going to be shocked at this too. So the Ravens, I think, are technically the highest rated team in Madden right now at an 87 overall. The Eagles were only an 84 right now, which kind of surprised me. So in my opinion, on paper, on the field, the Eagles are the best team in the league. And at this moment, unless somebody big goes away like Slay or a big name starter like A.J. Brown or somebody, knock on wood, don't want that to happen. But this team should win a Super Bowl next year. If they don't, it's going to be a letdown. This is the best team in the league. This is the team that is built to beat Patrick Mahomes, and how he knows that. So I actually give him a lot of props.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm going to keep my hopes pretty low. I wouldn't say the best team in the league right now, because we said that last year on paper and we got brutally embarrassed last season, last 7 weeks. But I will say this. I think it's a top 10 offense in the league. I mean, adding weapons like Saquon Barkley to this offensive line, I mean, Saquon Barkley played great few years in New York, but his offensive line wasn't that great. And I think really with this offensive line we have now, I think it is the best offensive line in the league. So having a force like Saquon Barkley behind that, and having A.J. Brown and also DeVante Parker, I think having those receivers and those weapons, I think this team is going to be great. I wouldn't say they're the best team in the league, because, like I said, my hopes are going to remain low until, mid-season. But I think this is the best offense in the league right now.
Can you speak on that really quick, too, that DeVante Parker signing? Were you happy about that? How did you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, having, Devontae Smith, DeVante Parker, and A.J. Brown as weapons, I think that's a position we needed, and we needed that third receiver. I mean, Olamide Zaccheaus, I think he's out of here. Quez Watkins, he's unreliable, but I think adding DeVante Parker, I think he's had a rough few years, but when he played in Pittsburgh, at the Patriots, he was one of the top receivers they had. And I think he's a reliable receiver that we needed, and we can rely on, because we couldn't really rely on Quez Watkins last year or Olamide Zaccheaus. But having DeVante Parker, I think putting him with Kellen Moore, I think it's a great pairing for him as an offensive player, as a receiver.
And another underrated aspect of that, Howie Roseman, once again, I think we're only paying like $1 million out of his like $5 million salary somehow. So that's crazy. I mean, DeVante Parker, at the end of the day, he's probably an upgrade over Julio and Quez Watkins and Zaccheaus. So I definitely think that was a great move. But man, as a Penn State student, I am thrilled to have Saquon here, man. That guy's a human highlight film, and key is keeping him healthy all year round so we can get him ready for a playoff run. And another underrated aspect in this game we didn't talk about is I think the Eagles really wanted a running back that they can use in the pass game, and Saquon will be great with that as well. and it's finally got that third down running back bell cow. Like I think we're gonna feel the most comfortable with a running back since Shady. Because I like Swift, but I just feel like they were never that confident with him, and that and felt he was that guy, especially on third down situations. And same with Miles Sanders, but I feel like Saquon's gonna be that guy.
So I want to just say this too. Howie Roseman, bravo, bro. You got a lot of shit before, but you pretty much filled every freaking need that I had on my checklist before in free agency. This is my checklist right here. KJ can verify. He's reading it. Number one, my number one top safety, or my number one top priority was a safety. Check. CJ fills that box. Check. My number two priority, edge rusher. Check. We got Huff, Bryce Huff. Great signing from the Jets. It's growing on me a lot. At first, I was like, who is this kid? When I watched his tape, I was like, holy shit, this kid can play. I don't know how I feel about the undrafted aspect of it and paying somebody that much and taking a chance on a guy that doesn't have like a track record per se. But whatever. Howie knows what he's doing. Number three, linebacker. They went out and got the kid from the Saints. Check. Okay, so that's 3 for 3. 4, I was like, all right, we don't need a running back. They're probably going to bring back Swift. But if they do, like, whatever. And whose name do I have right here, KJ?
Saquon.
See that? So, I mean, I was really happy with it. I think that that's a great signing. He fits the system. And then last but not least, check. And then last but not least, I had guard. We all know they bring in this guy, Hennessy. Tell me that jersey's not going to sell. A Kelly Green Hennessy jersey. That is going to fly off the shelves in a city like Philadelphia. So check. Howie Roseman literally went 5 for 5 in the positions needed, and we still have the draft in front of us. So I am extremely optimistic.
There's this graphic, and I'm not sure what they're trying to hit on, but it says Daniel Jones in red numbers, $47.1 million, okay? Then it says Dak Prescott's in red numbers, $59.4 million. And then in green numbers, it says $36.3 million. It's Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, DeVante Smith, and Saquon Barkley. So I guess that's the cap space or whatever.
Cap hit this year, probably.
Yeah. Howie is a fucking legend for doing that. For reeling in someone like Saquon Barkley and not really taking that much of a cap hit. That's crazy. And that's why Howie's good at what he does.
Did you have a favorite signing, Jack? Like anybody that you were like really excited to see, like Saquon Barkley, or were you excited to see CJ come back, or are you going to be rocking the Kelly Green Hennessy jersey next year?
It's better than the Fanatics.
I think my biggest star is Saquon Barkley. Like I said earlier, like Saquon Barkley had a couple seasons when he first came in the league with the Giants, and then the offensive line wasn't there. And him running behind this offensive line, it's going to be great. And it's going to be something crazy. It's going to be weird to like realize that he's an Eagle now until game day. But I think that's my biggest positive on what Howie did. I wasn't expecting it at all. And I thought we were going to, re-sign DeAndre Swift, but I honestly think Saquon Barkley is more of a versatile running back than DeAndre Swift was. So that was my big props to Howie for getting Saquon. And like I said,
guys,
we're crazy. Go ahead.
Sorry. We're talking about all these, great moves Howie's made. Cowboys, what have you guys done? You guys up? You guys know free agency started? Jerry? So
Jerry's been on his ass just hanging out.
I'll tell you one thing as the voice of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to tell you one thing. We signed one of the most important positions in the football universe, and it's the long snapper. That's what we've signed. And you know what? It's our year and not your goddamn year, Philadelphia Eagles fans. So you better shut your freaking mouths.
It's March Madness, and I think Decker has some bets for us. So, Hit that intro, please.
Yeah, I got you.
He's always slaving away at parlays for your bank account's benefit. Ladies and gentlemen, Decker Locks, proudly powered by the Sharps app.
What terrible bets
yeah,
do you have for
baby.
us, Decker?
Don't lose us
March
money
Madness, best time of the year. Yeah, this is tomorrow. Got a little bit of college hoops action. You know, everybody's bracket's probably gonna have these two teams right here, Houston or UConn winning it all. Everybody drop a prediction in the chat who you guys think is gonna win March Madness. But this is conference tournament play. I mean, these two teams are dominant, so I definitely think they're gonna both win their conference and win their first game tomorrow. And then, sorry guys, I'm fading in this parlay, fading the Sixers. But they play at the Bucks tomorrow. I'm just sick of this team without Embiid. It's just I feel like I've been watching Kelly Oubre, Tobias Harris, Sixers for so long. Like we need Embiid to
I
come
feel like
back.
you're in 2015 again or 2014 again.
Yeah, literally. I feel like this is like the Jahlil Okafor era, and I still watch him, and it's just fucking brutal. Tobias Harris had 2 points last night. Dalton on his way back said can come pick him up and trade him for a crumble cookie, please. So. And then we got Michigan State money line tomorrow. I really like this parlay at plus 741 odds. So nothing too crazy, even though plus 741 is pretty crazy.
Love that.
I hope this hits, Decker. You've been one leg away for how many weeks now? Like it's been 6 weeks, right?
Story of my life.
And also, you forgot to hit it, but thank you, Sharps, for that sponsorship. It's an app you can go on and tell your buddies on betting. So check it out, please.
Make sure to
866 when you guys download it, and you can go ahead and tell them, Decker. Sorry.
Yeah, guys. Code 302D866. Hey, get in time for March Madness, man. I know everybody's gonna have that bracket, but sometimes you got to fade your bracket and, see what picks right at the time.
See what everybody else is doing. Sometimes check it out. Maybe take a dip in the water on the other side and see if maybe you just do Decker locks as singles. If 6 out of 7 are hitting them and you'll come out positive. Who knows? But guys, we got some big news. Like we said, and we kind of hinted to earlier, we alluded to it. Saquon Barkley is a Philadelphia Eagle. It still does not feel real. It's surreal. Seeing this guy in the Eagles jersey is going to take a while to get used to, right? After seeing him in that ugly blue for so long.
Yeah, no, it's great. I love it. I love you, Rap, but go fuck yourself.
I was going to say, give Rap some love.
Go fuck yourself, buddy. We got your boy. But yeah, we kind of hit the nail on the head pretty much about Saquon, how happy you are that he's a Eagle now. So I really do. I think this is a great fit. He's back in Pennsylvania where he went to college. So I think this is going to be, a breakout year for Saquon Barkley. I think it's going to be something that he hasn't really seen with running. Like I said, I'm going to keep knocking wood and keep on pushing. This offensive line, I just think this is going to be eye-opening for him, and he's going to be able to be used very versatile as a receiving back and also, third down back. So really excited for this. I really think, he's going to do some good things here in Philly for the next 3 years.
Decker, how are you feeling about it? I mean, you're a Penn State soon-to-be alumni, right?
Yep, unfortunately, gotta go to the real world soon. But yeah, man,
here.
I'm. Oh, I know. Yeah, bring me back to those. Those Saquon Penn State days that really made me fall in love with Penn State football. He's, and it just sucks, like me having to watch him get drafted to the Giants, Micah Parsons go to the Cowboys, but finally he's home. And honestly, I feel like he could help. I'm so happy. Like, it kind of sucks though getting him at 27 or however old he is instead of getting him right out of college. But he's going to be really good here these next couple of years behind this O-line. And, yeah, like Jack mentioned, that Giants offensive line shitty, so we don't even know. Like, maybe the best version of Saquon hasn't been unlocked yet, especially with this Eagles running game and always the threat of Jalen Hurts being able to run.
Decker, mention what you told me earlier before the show about Saquon.
So they're trying to say that they're trying to get the Eagles in trouble for tampering, saying that James Franklin, the Penn State's coach, in a press conference said, talking about this signing, talked how he reached out to Saquon, and his selling point was, basically coming home. Saquon's like an hour away, and like the Penn State connection to the Eagles, and now they're saying like how he wasn't allowed to talk to Saquon, some bullshit. So get ready. They're gonna try to like probably strip away like a 7th round pick or some shit. But I mean, everybody fucking tampers. So
PJ Tucker thing all over again, dude. Oh man.
Oh my God, PJ Tucker. But yeah, I need that Kelly Green Saquon jersey.
You guys think that they'll ever do the white throwback Kelly Green jerseys at some point?
Dude, I've been looking for that. Yeah.
That Saquon white with the Kelly Green 2-6.
Yeah, that would be
hard. Let me ask you guys a question too. So we're talking about all the positives with Saquon Barkley. It's so exciting for us Philadelphia Eagles fans. We bring in a Pro Bowl caliber running back. And not to say that DeAndre Swift wasn't, but this guy, no doubt, is one of the top 2-3 best running backs in the league right now. You guys think Miles Sanders is kind of looking from the outside in? KJ and I were making a couple jokes on the way up that it's really got to suck right now for him to look at this and be like, wow, this guy's with my old team, wearing my old number, about to probably go get a ring with all my old teammates. It's not fun. What's up, Tony? We're going to see you at spring training tomorrow. Very excited for that. We'll have to link up at the bar. But how do you guys think Miles Sanders is looking from the outside into this?
He's probably saying, Go ahead.
He's got the 1-16 Panthers, baby. I mean, he's got Bryce Young. They just signed who they got DeVante Johnson, so that's what he's got to look forward to. And Dalton, another thing too is Miles Sanders is also a Penn State guy, so he's even more salty that the better Penn State running back. And I think Sanders is from PA as well too. So both of these running backs from PA.
He's from the bad side of Pennsylvania, Schittsburg. He's from Schittsburg.
Yep, he's from Schittsburg, and yeah, now the his former protege. I don't know if they were at Penn State at the same time, but
they were 1 year.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, 1 year.
Yeah,
his former teammate is now gonna steal the spotlight, and he got the bag as well. Like 13 mil, that's a lot for a running back these days. Like nobody wants to pay the running back. Another point too is this salary cap increase. I definitely think helped because you see all these running backs are getting paid now. Like Josh Jacobs got a nice bag. So
yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think if I was Miles Sanders, I would be salty. I mean, you literally like signed my ex-teammate, gave him the money. And it just, to me, this offseason signings that are happening, it seems like the running backs are getting paid a lot of money. I know last year that wasn't a thing. That was a big thing. Like the running backs are, interchangeable. They don't deserve all that money. But this year, it's like a completely 180. So with Miles Sanders, I think him being on a shitty team and seeing Saquon Barkley shine in Philly, that has to rub you the wrong way a little bit.
Yeah, I think it does. It's got to be like that SpongeBob meme. If you guys don't, please give our Instagram a follow at 302birds. But you guys will see on there, I made a meme where it's literally Miles Sanders looking from the outside in like Squidward and SpongeBob and Patrick. And I think that that's truthfully how he probably feels in a way. So I do hope that the Eagles can sort of I don't want to say bring back Miles Sanders because obviously they're both starting caliber running backs, but give him his piece in a way, make him feel his need. Ryan Swoop here saying Eagles need to focus on pass defense coverage linebackers. It's literally a huge weakness on this team. They signed Huff to fill a pass role. They need for interior linebackers who are not. That's not a bad call, Ryan Swoop, but that's what that guy Braun from the Saints is supposed to be. He's supposed to be that interior linebacker that the Eagles are going to use. So I don't fully disagree with you, but I think that Howie is going to fully go after running backs. Dennis is saying it rubs him the wrong way. Blankenship's still on the team.
Of all the players, I did say, Dennis, that if I could trade one player from the Eagles right now to somebody else, like the Giants, it would be Blankenship. So, yeah, I agree with you. Blankenship.
But back to the point. Yeah, so I forget even what I was saying there before that.
About Miles Sanders rubbing the wrong way and all that shit.
Yeah, I just hope that the Eagles will be cordial about it. It seems like all the players have, but like maybe invite him to a game or something, because the one thing I saw that was interesting, I checked his Instagram to see, like, did he post about it? You know what I mean? Like, did he even acknowledge it? And he didn't, but he shared one of his other teammates getting a deal, which I found kind of interesting. So I was like, okay, he obviously noticed it. He obviously saw it. He's probably a little bit ticked off, but it is what it is. Moving along now, too, because we got to keep the show moving, but we got Jack's weekly trivia coming up for you guys.
Time for everybody's favorite part of the show, 302 Trivia, with your host, Jack Dorden, the mayor of Delaware.
Thank you to TickPick for that sponsorship. And like I said, I'm sure Dalton Holland and Cajun McCoy are using TickPick to get their tickets for tomorrow's game.
Yes, sir.
Please use that. No fees at all. Just tickets price. Anyway, tonight's question, we talked about the Sixers crumbling, so this is going to be a Sixers question. I have, which 76er is the only NBA player to retire with more career blocked shots than points scored? Which 76er is the only NBA player to retire with more career blocked shots than points scored? A, Boban Marjanovic, Swede Halbrook, Sean Bradley, or Manute Bol. Again, Boban Marjanovic, whatever, however you say his name. Swede Halbrook, Sean Bradley, or D, Manute Bol. We'll give you the answer shortly.
And I'm going to give you guys a quick score update, too. Sorry, Jack, I meant to put it in the group chat. But the fans currently have 3. Matt currently has 4. Ballpark Tommy currently has 3. Myself, Dutch, Dalton currently has 2. Ugh. Josh has none because he's been building rockets. Ashley has 5. Wow. Big Sean has none. And Decker has 2. He's down there with me in the bottom club. But don't worry, Decker. The bottom feeders, we will rise tonight. But just a little bit more time while we give everybody in the comments, fans, give you some time to put your stuff in there.
Don't search it up. Don't cheat.
Back to Saquon Barkley, I do think that for the Eagles, if this doesn't work out, meaning if you don't win a Super Bowl next year, do they have space and flexibility, would you guys say, in this deal to get rid of him? That's the one thing I like, that it is a 3-year deal. They might take some dead cap from it, but I do think that moving along, Howie, I think next year it's like what? Saquon Barkley's only $3 million that they would take in cap. So he really, really structures it that if, God forbid, this thing goes wrong and ends up like a DeMarco Murray thing or something like that, God forbid, that we're okay. So I actually really give Howie credit, because what I've started to notice and started to learn with Howie Roseman is there's a system. It's the Howie system, and it works. He has a way that he gives these players the deals that they want, but the Eagles don't pay them unless it works out, if that makes sense. So it's like, okay, somebody like Carson Wentz, here's the deal you want. I may not pay you because I might trade you to another team and say, hey, go take this cap. So the way that Howie structures these deals, I actually really, really pat him on the back and give him a lot of credit, because it protects the Eagles financially.
Oh, breaking news. Breaking news.
Oh, my God. In
never mind.
Madden simulation, Jack, the Eagles just signed Devin White. Uh-oh. I would love that in real life. because we could use some more depth at middle linebacker. But I think that the Eagles,
slick boy,
they're going to go after somebody in the draft. The linebackers I had written down that I wanted, Patrick Queen, obviously, to the Steelers. I don't know if Josie Jewell is still out there. I think Bobby Wagner found a new home. But if Josie Jewell's still out there, I think he played for the Broncos. If that fella's still out there, he's a pretty good coverage linebacker, and I think that he would be a very, very good fit for the Eagles. Somebody that you could kind of say, okay, this guy might give us that edge to be the best line in the league. And, yeah, somebody that played with Vic Fangio, so that'll be a good fit. But I don't have anything else unless you have anything, Jack. Other than that,
I need your answer.
I was going to say.
Time for everybody's favorite part of the show, 302 Trivia, with your host, Jack Dorden, the mayor of Delaware.
Again, thank you to Take Pick for that sponsorship. The question we have for tonight is, which 76er is the only NBA player to retire with more career block shots than points scored? A, Boban Marjanovic, B, Swede Halbrook, C, Sean Bradley, or D, Manute Bol. And I haven't got Dalton's answer. I just got it. Okay. So, the answer for tonight's trivia, everyone that sent it to me got it wrong. The right answer is D, Manute Bol.
I knew it was him or Bradley.
Yeah. So,
dude, that's actually an insane stat. Just thinking about like how is that fucking possible? Like as a center, it's so like he's 7'2", 7'3". It's so easy to score an easy 2 points. Like
right, 7'8", or he was around that. Yeah, he was a 7'8" guy.
Yeah, holy shit, that's fucking crazy.
He just had to stand up there, and guys would be shooting, and he just lock that crap away.
So what it told me was that 7'6" was among the best shot blockers in history of the sport, but he was extremely slender, limiting him offensive capabilities. So just like his son Bobo. I mean, come on.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. You got to show the love. What a question, though, Jack. I got to give you credit. That was a good one.
So no one got it right. So that's a big fat 0.
None of the fans either.
Nope.
That's a big fat 0 for the whole night. So you know what that means for the graphics team? No work this week on the trivia graphic. Let's go. I'm the only person that's getting excited for that, but I know that I don't have to make another graphic now if the score stays the same. You guys should do this every week. I'm just saying. But that's all I got. You guys know what it is. A great show. Shout out to KJ McCoy for joining us the whole show tonight. Stay tuned tomorrow for our Clearwater vlog. A little bit more fun with that. We're going to be hitting up the ballpark and seeing all the fun things that come with the Eagles, Phillies, Flyers, Sixers, Philly fan base as a whole down south. But without further ado, I will kick it to Jackson to wrap up the show as he does.
Yes, thank you to everyone who stuck up or stayed up and watched this tonight. Without further ado, hey, Josh, it's an outro, not an intro. Hit the motherfucking outro.